Hi, everyone. I'm excited to go over Module 1 with you. I'm going to go ahead and take you into the course right now. And here we are, Module 1. This module is on jobs theory. And what I really love about this is it's Clayton Christensen's concept of the jobs to be done, which is his jobs theory. We have a nice reading that goes along with explaining the theory. And then there's also a podcast that Clayton Christensen explains the process of jobs to be done. And then we have a video here that Clayton himself will explain it. I'll just open it up real quickly here for you so you can see. Here is a video. This is Clayton at Harvard Business School. Nice classroom, right? How about that for a backdrop? But he explains the concept, and it's nice to hear it in his own words. The podcast has its own words as well. And then we have a slide deck. I'll go over that with you in a few minutes, but I just want to explain everything else that's in this module first. And then another activity we have here is the optional honors component. I'd like to go into that in depth a little bit more towards the end. And then we have the assignments. We have the video introduction assignment. So that should be self-explanatory. Go ahead and take a look at that and see what that. If you have any questions, reach out to me through Canvas inbox over here. And then I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have. Is a quiz that is associated with this reading. You should read it first and then take the quiz. If you just decide, oh, I'm just going to go take the quiz and then just Google the answers and see if I can get around it that way, that might hurt you. And not only that, it's really important to understand this concept because it applies to the assignment that you need to complete. So go ahead, read the assignment, the reading, and then take the quiz right afterwards. It's just a few questions. I'm sure you'll do fine. And then we have our assignment. So let's go ahead into the slide deck. I just want to go ahead and show you that first, go through that briefly with you. And then I will go over the assignment so you have the whole concept of what you need to do here. And then I'd like to go over that honors component there for you. So to start with the slide deck, let me go ahead and open that up. And we'll start that. Can't get it from there. Okay. Here we are. So we have our jobs theory that we're working on. So let's just take a look at this here. We have what is entrepreneurship anyway? We may have gone over this in other courses. If you've taken the intro course, then you probably have known that. If you've taken the creativity course, then we introduce the definition of entrepreneurship in all our courses, just to make sure that we have that solidified. So here, it's a process of creating and capturing value, right? So entrepreneurs create their own value, they capture it, and they maybe put things together in a new or unique way to exploit the opportunity. So when we think of an entrepreneur, as opposed to just someone who's just starting a small business, an entrepreneur does something different. They do things differently. So we want to be able to do things differently as well. Now, when we're looking at jobs theory, we look at the opportunity that exists for companies to hire you. You're the company. You want a customer to come and hire you to solve their problems. So the whole concept of jobs theory is that someone's going to hire you, your business, your company, to solve a problem or a job for them. So there's different types of value that we can create. We can create value as opposed to capturing value. So we like the idea of capturing value, but creating value is very important as well. So if we look at just the dollars involved in revenue from all the airline carriers combined, and we're talking about like 10, 12 years ago, revenues are in close to 200 billion. And we look at what is that profit margin? Well, we all know that the airline industry is not all that profitable. We're looking at 2% profitability. And then you have a market cap. You still have a market cap of, over $1 billion. Whereas if you look at someone like Google, who's really capturing value, Google here in that same time period, 2012, 50 billion as opposed to 200 billion, but the profit margin's 21% as opposed to 2%. So you can see they are capturing more value. And of course, when we look at the market cap, almost 400 billion in market cap. Very, very different. So we want to try to think of ways to capture more value. We like to do that in many different ways. One way that we have a tendency to do here at our university is look at the business model canvas to help us with value creation. And many of our courses are involved in that. So companies are hiring to solve a problem, right? So that's really what they're doing. They're hiring you to solve a problem for them. Typically, it's a problem. Sometimes it's not, but most of the time, it's hiring to create some kind of value for that customer. And we could look at who do you hire to create and capture value for your own business model, right? We could think about those terms. Who would we hire for that? One such company or person that we might want to hire is someone who's involved in technology, right? So machinery equipment developing from the application. We're thinking about scientific knowledge as it relates to technology. But we also want to think about tools that we need. We need to make sure that we have the right tools to solve that problem. Now, this is pretty intuitive here. We have a screw and we have a nail. And then what do we use for we use the hammer for the nail, not for the screw. I mean, you could, but it's really not the right tool to use. But what's so interesting about entrepreneurship is that oftentimes we have a job to be done, like a screw or a nail that needs to go into this piece of wood, but we don't know the tool. We don't know what that tool is because it's not as simple as to see that, oh, I need to do is grab a hammer. No, we don't know what that tool is. It doesn't exist yet, or it's not clear to us yet. So we're looking to figure out a new tool for some type of a job that needs to be done. Well, we can think about it as, for an example, is like when we're looking to add up numbers, we can use an Excel spreadsheet or we could use a calculator, right? Those are two separate ways. I mean, there are other ways too, but we could do it by hand. We could do that as well. It might take a little longer unless you're very mathematical. But we do have different, and they have different approaches and different ways to help us. But it's creating that awareness, understanding that we know we need these tools to help us. And so again, do we even know that the tools exist, or do we need to create tools so that our customer who's looking for that job to be done can hire us to do that job for them? All right, so this class, we're going to expose you to different technologies, some to make you aware of different products and services that are available to you in digital technology. And so, and ways to help you to think about how you can make a profit in advertising, marketing that digital aspect of technology. So here's another interesting example here. When we think about, the ingredients of innovation, when we think about putting a job to be done together, here, when it relates to Apple, we have Wozniak, the engineer. Jobs was an engineer too, but he was really the mastermind of creative thinking and the salesperson. He was the entrepreneur. Wozniak was the engineer. He was the brains behind putting it all together, where Jobs went and he was creative and he saw the job to be done and he was hired to do that job, where Wozniak put it together and made sure that the job got done. So they made a very good team. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to expose you to digital technologies. We're going to have you create a website. We're going to introduce you to different social media outlets, and we're going to actually have you create social media ads. and posts. We're going to use different content creation tools. We will be using AI as well. We're going to set up a YouTube channel, and we're going to use other aspects as well. We're going to go into different other ways of marketing your business, email marketing, and other ways that we'll have to see how profitable that might be. All right, so that is the end of that slide deck. Now, I just want to go back into the optional honors credit project and just go over this very briefly with you. If you're interested in taking this, and I do encourage as many of you as possible to take this, because it can be very helpful to you in many ways. For one, it can, if you are interested in going into grad school, this can help you to have an honors course on your transcript is powerful. It also, you can use this information, all these certifications, these additional certifications, to display to a prospective employer. We've had students take this course and go right into the job market working in digital media. So something to think about. The other thing, if you want to create your own business, and I've had students take this course and actually market it to companies and do this work for companies. And then they created a portfolio and they demonstrated their expertise to their customer. So that's something else to think about. What we want you to do is create a Wix portfolio from the Wix website. You will be creating a website in this course. You can do it in Wix if you already have one in another source, that's fine. We can talk about that. If you don't have one already, I would encourage you to use Wix. There's no cost for the website. There's no cost for the portfolio. You can hook them together. It's just a nice way to go about it. And then what you're going to do is create that portfolio portion of the website. You don't have to publish it. If you just want to have it up there and just have it for this course, that's fine. There's methods down here on how to create a private portfolio, and then you can just make that available to other people that you might want to have see that portfolio and not all of the internet. That's fine. Just be sure that you publish it, and then you follow the instructions to make it private. You still need to publish it, but it is private, and then you have a passcode that goes with it for anyone to see it. There are some nice portfolio examples here that hopefully will help you. And then there is a nice brief tutorial here to help you set up that online portfolio. All right, so what is involved? There are 5 additional certifications. In the course, there are 2 Google certifications that are required and some Facebook training. But for the honors component, there's 5 additional certifications and setting up that Wix portfolio. So what you will do is, these are Google's estimated time for each of these certificates. Students have told me time and time again, it does not take that long to complete these certificates. So keep that in mind. But you will set them up, you'll take them, you can do them all at once, or you could do them over 2 days, or you could spread it out over the course, how you like. But that's up to you. And then once you've taken them and earned their certificate, then you can go ahead and upload it in the appropriate assignment category, and then add that certificate to your portfolio, because you will be submitting the final portfolio in the course. So let me just show you what that looks like. So here, with the honors, set up the portfolio that is due on the 23rd. So all you're doing is creating that Wix portfolio, you're putting your name in it, and that's all I really need to see. I want to see that it's published, that I can see it, and that even if you have it private, I still need it published so I can see it, and that you have the start of the portfolio. And then here I have the honors components scattered throughout the course. You can follow along this, or you can just do them whenever you feel like doing them. And then here the honors final portfolio is due towards the end of the course. All right, so that is how that component works. think that's pretty clear. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Also, if you have any questions at all about Module 1 or any other part of the course that we've covered so far, please let me know. And then I'd be very happy. Please reach out to me through Canvas inbox, though, so I can associate you with this course. And then we will move along to the next module. Thank you so much, everyone.